Oi girls and boys and everything in between, it's Ace Trainer Liam and welcome back to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form or a branched evolution or counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between the Pokemon in question and try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a Metronome Battle between the different Pokemon just for a little bit of fun. If you're a fan of the Form Fight series and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button, show your appreciation for this series, and of course if you're new, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. But with all that out of the way, let's take a look at today's challenges. Today we're going to be looking at the two forms of Venusaur, which are Venusaur and Mega Venusaur. Now whenever you have Venusaur in your party, it will always be in its regular form. However, a Venusaur holding Venusaurite will be able to Mega Evolve into Mega Venusaur during a battle and will remain that way for the entirety of that battle. But what makes these two forms of Venusaur so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokedex, Venusaur stands at 2 meters tall and weighs 100 kilograms, whereas Mega Venusaur stands at 2.4 meters tall and weighs 155.5 kilograms. They both share a Pokedex entry which reads, "There is a large flower on Venusaur's back. The flower is said to take on vivid colors if it gets plenty of nutrition and sunlight. The flower's aroma soothes the emotions of people." Appearance-wise, they're both quadrupedal, dinosaur-looking creatures with huge giant flowers blooming out of their back. The only real differences between the two, who arguably look really similar, is the fact that Mega Venusaur is slightly bigger and also has a little bit more going on with its flower. It's got a bit more kind of accessories to its flower, if you like. In their shiny forms, they both swap out their blue skin for more of a kind of leaf green skin, if you like, and also the color of their pink flower switches over to more of a golden yellow. Now let's look at the typing, weaknesses, and resistances of these Pokemon forms. Now when Venusaur Mega evolves into Mega Venusaur, its typing stays the same, so these Pokemon are both dual-type grass and poison-type Pokemon. This makes them both weak to fire, flying, psychic, and ice. However, Mega Venusaur's ability effectively removes the fire and ice weaknesses, so we'll get to that in a little bit, but just keep that in mind. Both these Pokemon resist fighting, water, grass, electric, and fairy-type attacks, and neither of these Pokemon have any immunities. So with typing out the way, let's have a look at the stats and abilities of these Pokemon forms. Venusaur is your typical starter Pokemon with above average HP, attack, defense, and speed with excellent special attack and special defense stats, making it a great all-round Pokemon, which is especially useful when you're playing through the story mode of a Pokemon game. Its primary ability is Overgrow, which boosts the power of Venusaur's grass-type moves when its HP is less than a third of its maximum HP. I've talked about these types of moves before because it's similar to Torrent and Blaze and Swarm, and basically they're great gimmicks for when you're playing through a Pokemon game, but at the same time it's not the kind of ability you want to build a competitive Pokemon around because you never want your HP to be that low. Venusaur's hidden ability is Chlorophyll, which doubles its speed when harsh sunlight is in effect. This is great for allowing Venusaur to become less of a defensive, stally mon and more of an offensive special attacker, giving it more of a chance to punish opponents and put pressure on them. As for Mega Venusaur, it gets a slightly pointless boost in attack, but also gets decent increases to its special attack and both its physical and special defenses, making it even bulkier and giving it more firepower. Its only ability is Thick Fat, which halves the damage Mega Venusaur takes from fire and ice type moves. And this is what I was alluding to earlier when I was talking about it losing its fire and ice weaknesses. Thick Fat is an incredible ability because it negates 2 of Mega Venusaur's weaknesses, thus making it a great asset to a lot of teams, becoming a pretty bulky wall. You can even combine Mega Venusaur with HP restoring moves like Ingrain and Leech Seed to keep this bruiser on the battlefield even longer. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two forms of Venusaur I prefer, and arguably it has to be the Mega in this scenario. These Pokemon look so similar, are so similar in terms of typing, except Mega Venusaur technically has less weaknesses and has more firepower and more defensive capabilities. Like, Mega Venusaur and Venusaur, they're just so similar. Like, if you showed Mega Venusaur to someone that hadn't seen Pokemon for a few years and went, "What Pokemon is this?" They'd go, "That's Venusaur. That's Venusaur right there." And you'd be like, "No, this is Mega Venusaur. This is like an upgraded version of Venusaur." And they'd be like, "Is it?" I'm not sure that it is. I think Venusaur always looked like that, dude. Honestly, they're so similar. What's the point in using the old Venusaur? That there isn't one. Like, are you really going to use Chlorophyll Venusaur instead of Mega Venusaur? It's ridiculous. Mega Venusaur all the way for me. It does everything Venusaur does except it does it slightly better. But of course, it's not just up to me, it's up to you guys to decide which of these two Pokemon is your favorite. But first, before we do that, let's see these Pokemon on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome Battle. Before we start, I will point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats. They all have 0 EVs in all stats. They're not holding any items. They've got neutral natures. They've got their hidden abilities, which means that Venusaur has Chlorophyll. Mega Venusaur only has one ability, so of course it has Thick Fat. They're both the same type. The only real disadvantage or advantage in this battle comes from their base stats. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. Here we go, it's Venusaur versus Mega Venusaur, often underrated, never duplicated, apart from all the other grass and poison types, but never mind, you're ruining my point. Don't ruin my point when I'm trying to build hype. Quiet, please. We are having Venusaur versus Mega Venusaur to see who is the ultimate flower dinosaur here. We have a reversal coming out from shiny regular Venusaur onto regular Mega Venusaur there, and here we see normal Venusaur following up with Toxic Thread onto shiny Mega. Okie dokie, here we go. That is going to lower the speed of that particular Mega. However, it now can't be poisoned because of the Toxic Thread. Although they're all poison types, so they can't be poisoned anyway. We see Crush Claw coming out from regular Mega onto shiny Venusaur there. What's the shiny Mega going to do to follow up after that speed drop? Always going to move last now. Goes for Lovely Kiss, but it is avoided by the regular Venusaur team there. The Megas get to start this turn. There is a speed tie going on here, but it's obviously regular Mega is going to go Petal Blizzard. It's going to be resisted by everybody involved, and that is going to be active for a couple of turns there. However, remember, shiny Mega Venusaur has to go last every turn now because of that speed drop from turn 1. We see Fly coming out from shiny regular Venusaur there, so it's going to come down on the next turn for some super effective damage. Here's regular Venusaur going for Revelation Dance, which I believe will be grass type in this instance. So that is going to be resisted by shiny Mega Venusaur. How are they going to respond to that, though? Going to go for Double Team. Going to raise its evasion. That's always handy when you're the slowest Pokemon on the field to be the hardest Pokemon to hit. So that's a great play by shiny Mega Venusaur there. We see regular Venusaur. What's it going to choose as its Metronome move? Going for Foul Play, using the Mega Venusaur's attack stat against it onto that shiny Mega. Tiny little bit of damage there. Here comes regular Mega to follow up. How will it retaliate? Goes for Burn Up, but it does indeed fail. Here we see the Fly from the previous turn from shiny Venusaur onto shiny Mega, doing a decent amount of damage there, bringing Mega down, shiny Mega down to less than half HP. We see Bone Club coming out, but it is avoided by the Venusaur team, so it's not looking good for the Megas at the moment, especially that shiny. Here we see shiny Venusaur going for Prismatic Laser. That is going to be super effective damage on shiny Mega. Takes it down. Holy moly, what a play there. Right out of Necrozma's playbook. Well done to shiny Venusaur there. Here's regular Venusaur following up with Sunny Day. You're going to increase the power of fire type moves, going to reduce the power of water type moves. That's dangerous for everybody involved, although remember that Mega Venusaur, of course, has the Thick Fat ability, so it doesn't have to worry so much about fire or ice type moves for that matter. As that Mega indeed goes for a Drain Punch, it will be resisted, but at least there's that HP absorption that comes with that, bringing it up to, well, up to full HP from barely far away from full HP. Good job there. We see the Venusaur, the shiny Venusaur needed to recharge because of the Prismatic Laser. We see Focus Energy increasing the chance of critical hits for regular Venusaur. That's going to be dangerous going forward for the Mega team. Even if it boosts its stats, critical hits will ignore those stat changes. We see Draco Meteor coming out from Mega Venusaur onto regular Venusaur there. That's going to do, I imagine, a significant amount of damage. Decent amount of damage, not as much as I thought it would do, but it's now dropped the special attack of Mega Venusaur by 2 stages, so it may need to stick to physical moves, which aren't really its forte, but unfortunately, what choice have you got? We see Hex coming out from shiny Venusaur onto Mega Venusaur, doing a tiny little bit of chip damage. These Pokemon at the moment can pretty much only do little bits of chip damage to each other, although Luster Purge is going to do a significant amount of damage. One has to imagine that's huge damage from the Luster Purge with the critical hit because of that focus energy, and drops the special defense of Mega Venusaur. That was an incredible play by regular Venusaur there. Here comes Mega with Secret Power. I mean, you're trying, dude. I give you credit. I mean, it brings regular Venusaur down to less than half HP, so it's certainly a decent blow. This Mega isn't down just yet, although Final Gambit comes out from shiny Venusaur. That's going to do massive damage, takes down the Mega, obviously takes its own life in the process, but well done. Mega Venusaur is down, and your winning team is the victorious Venusaurs. Well done to the Venusaur team taking down their own Megas. That was impressive. Well done. Really well done. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to decide which of these two forms of Venusaur is your favourite. Is it Venusaur or Mega Venusaur? Let me know in the comments below and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. And of course, that'll wrap it up for another edition of Form Fight. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, and if you're new, hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode. And if you'd like to support the channel like these guys down here do, you can pledge to my Patreon. The links you need are in the description below. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.